Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video we're going to start writing codes about location stuff. So to start observing the child location, we do have to send the command of start locating to our child. So to do that, start locating, I'll use this button and attach a click listener to it, and using our repository we'll send a command to WebSocket and message to socket a data model like this, and the type is going to be start locating. The username is going to be that random string. The target is child username text to string. Time. The data is going to be child password text to string. But before I forget, let me use the main repository understroy method, override my understroy and call it here. So we will make sure that if this activity is destroyed, I want to stop my socket client and RTC client to communicating with the other peer. I'll use the destroy of main repository here to close camera and peer connection and other stuff. So that's it for this activity. Right now let's create our location client class. I'll go back here and write location client. This class is going to be singleton and also injectable. Right here we're going to need a fused location provider client, but I haven't created a model for health, so let's do it. I'll go to app model class and create a singleton object and use provide annotation and write my function provide fused provider, use the context, and it's going to be a type of fused location provider. It's going to be location service of Android GSM library and get fused location provider client and pass the context to it. So let's go back to our location client class, and inside here I'll write a function called start sending location. First we want to check if is location service is running. If it's not, we want to start this and set this to true. So let's create this variable private var. Okay, so if it's not running, let's start running. To do that, I'll need a location callback variable, location callback. It's going to be a type of location callback, and it's going to be null. So right here, let's start instantiating my location callback using anonymous class. It's going to extend location callback class, and we will override the onLocation result just like that. And using location list, I'll get the current location as the p0 dot last location. But before that, let's check if p0 dot locations is not empty. If it's not empty, then my current location is going to be last location of this one. And right here we want to use a listener and use its function on new location and pass this one to it. So let's write our listener class. It's going to be an interface called listener. It's going to have a function called a new location. It's going to accept an argument of type Android location. So let's create an object here for listener type listener of my class, and it's going to be null initially. So it's giving me an error here. I have to use locations.last here. So our callback is ready to use, we're going to need a location request here. Location request is going to be location request of class of GMS location. We will use the create function. So let's set some property to it. Location request interval is going to be 5000. Fastest interval is also going to be 5000, and priority is going to be location request priority high accuracy. So let's use our fuse location and register for location update using request location update and pass our location request to it. The next one is going to be our callback, and for the looper we'll use the looper class as and get the main looper. So since this callback is nullable, so we do have an error here. It's because the permission and this callback is null, so we have to use exclamation mark to make sure it's not null, and after that we're ready to use this function. But we do need a function called onDestroy to remove this listener whenever we are done using this class. To that, I'll use my location callback and check if it's not null. Using fused location provider client, we'll remove location updates and pass location callback to it. Okay, so our class is ready to use. We will go back to our repository and inject this class to our repository. Private val location client, and let's go to the when statement here, and whenever we get this command, first we want to store the target, again the message.username, and using location client start sending locations. So right here our location client is updating the location and sending back using listeners. So let's listen to its listener. Let's go back to init function right here, and using my location client dot listener, set this to this class. Okay, so every time we receive a new location here, we want to send it to the parent. So using socket client send message to socket, I'll create a data model. The type is going to be location, the username is going to be username, target is going to be target, and for the data is going to be a location model which I'll create in a sec latitude and longitude. So I'll create this class inside my util class. Location model is going to be data class. It's holding two variables called lat of type double and long of type double as well. Let's import it. Okay, so our child is sending this location to the parent, but for the parent we want to listen for the incoming locations. So let's go back to when statement. In this type location we want to notify our parent activity that a new location is being received. So to do that, I'll create a listener here, down here. It's going to be an interface, and it's going to be named location listener. It will have one function on new location. It will have a location of type location model that I just created. So let's have a listener here, location listener of type location listener is going to be null, and right here on handle location I'll pass this to my listener. So location listener on new location, and I'll have to convert the location here. It's going to be try JSON from JSON message.data, and the data model is going to be location model class.java. So let's convert this one to JSON first, and in case of caching any exception, you want to pass null. So you want to check if location is not null, then we'll pass it to our listener. So our parent activity is ready to use this location. So let's go back to our parent activity and observe the location listener. So right here we do have a new location whenever a child sends a location to us. So to use this location and add a marker to our map view, I'll create a function called add new marker and pass my location to it. So let's create this function. So first we want to hold an object of previous marker to remove the previous marker and add the new one. To do that, I'll create a variable called private var prove marker of type marker of OSM Droid class. It's going to be null. So first we want to check if this marker is not null, prove marker, and remove it from the map, which is going to be this map view of OSM Droid library. Then we want to use our map and controller and set a zoom back to 18, and after that create a marker and pass the map to it, and the start point using geopoint and using location.lat and location.long. This should have been long, not long. And then set a center to our map using our start point, and then set an anchor using marker class.anchor center and marker class anchor bottom. Then we will add our marker to our map. So we use .map overlays. Let's add this marker overlays, and then our previous marker is going to be the new one, just like that. And before I forget, let's go back to main repository, and inside on our onDestroy function, we'll use our location client onDestroy as well to make sure that this location listener is being unregistered. So we are ready to use this location provider. But before that, first let's check that if map is not showing, then we want to make it visible, just like that. So let's run it. Make sure you start your WebSocket server. So my emulators are up and running. Let's sign in as the child. Nice. Observe our child. Okay, so as you can see, the call is connected. You can switch the camera and start locating. As you can see, the map is live now, and we are receiving the lat and long. Okay, so right here, neither marker is showing up or the whole map is showing up. So I forgot two things. Let's go back to our parent activity code. So I forgot to set position of my marker. It's going to be start point, and up here, before I inflate my layout, I have to load my map view. So using get instance.load, let's import this one from OSM Droid. Then we'll load our map and preference manager. Let's get default shared preference and pass this to it. So let's run it back and observe again. Okay, so the call is working. Let's start locating again. You will see that the marker is being shown up, and also the map is being loaded. So let's use a route here. There's this one. Let's see if it's working. Yes, you can see the child is moving around the map just like that. Okay, that's it for this video. Till the next video, see you guys.